Stop dieting is not enough. Why, even after understanding that dieting is toxic and starting to go in like peace with food and you allow yourself to eat everything you want, even after a few weeks, even after a few months or years, you still feel that you binge eating and you have this conflict with food. And today I want to develop why stop dieting is only the first step. Why is that? Because as I often like to say, food is not the problem. Binge eating is not the problem. Obesity, overweight is not the problem. Though those are only the symptoms. The symptoms of what? They are, for me, mainly the symptom of what no one talks about, which is control addiction. Means that this addiction to control gonna be so present into the way you eat and the way you live your whole life. It's because this is a self mechanism defense. Means that your psyche is trying to protect itself from something. And I think the real question is, what is this? What is it? And I think that the answer is quite simple. It is trying to protect you from your storage emotions. I think that when we have a control addiction, as I have been on the past and as a lot of my clients have, what happened is that you use control with food and body as the mechanism to try to not feel, to try to escape your feelings. And escape what feelings? I think we are trying to escape the feelings that you have been storaging from your childhood. When we were a kid, we might didn't have the space or the tools to recognize and to leave our emotions. So what ended up happening is that every time we were going through overwhelming emotion, we couldn't leave them. So what we did is to start storage them, to put them deep in the body. They didn't disappear. They only get hidden inside the body. And what finally happened is that all those emotions start to create like a pressure. I like to call it the emotional magma, like a volcano. There is this pressure of all those emotions who want only one thing. They want to go out. They want to be able to be felt, to be lived, to be expressed, to take place in the body. But eating disorder and control and all those things are just a mechanism to avoid feeling those feelings. So when I say stop dieting is not enough, it means that stop dieting is only the first step that allows you to start reconnecting the mental, the psyche, to the body, which contain all those emotions. And for me, that's when the real work starts to happen. That is when things start to really happen. It's because those emotions gonna start to take place. And yes, it is scary. It is scary because you have been trying to escape from those for so long. It might be guilt. It might be deep sadness. It might be anger. And if it's anger, yes, it means that maybe this anger gonna need to be lived, and that might create movement inside you, but also outside you. It means that when you stop dieting and you start to live your emotion, you might start to say truth to people and to arrive in conflict with people, even people that you love. But when you hear conflict, you might have integrated that conflict are dangerous, that they are bad, and that you're not allowed to be in conflict outside of you. So you've chosen to be in conflict inside of you for your whole life. But now the real work is not to stop dieting. The real work is to, and that's an example, but is to learn to allow yourself to be angry and to allow yourself to feel it and to allow yourself to say to people what they need to hear and what you need to say to them. Because you can't keep holding it. And yes, for that, we need some courage. And I think that courage is one of the most underrated qualities that no one talks about. We need to be courageous to make space for our emotions. And this deep work will take time. It doesn't happen overnight. And sometimes when you do that work, you need a structure, you need a plan, because it's so complex. And everyone is talking about psychology and emotion and self-esteem and nervous system regulation and food, and it become just a chaos. How do you organize this? And I have been practicing on my French YouTube channel with my French client for years. I use one tool. That tool is so important. It's so simple, but so important. And this tool is the pyramid of needs, the Maslow pyramid of needs. This pyramid is a simple tool that gives us the chance to have a structure, which is 5 stages that I have been talking about on my previous video that I link right now. Those 5 stages are the physiological needs, and the second one is the safety needs, and the third one is the social needs, the fourth one is the self-esteem need, and the last one is the self-accomplishment need. And those 5 stages need to be taken one by one. That's why, yes, we start by stop dieting, because that's going to allow us to go through the first physical needs and the second stage. But when you're on the second stage, the safety, that's when the real and the deep work start to happen. And I think that ultimately, eating disorder are a massive opportunity to become who you truly are. They are an opportunity to clean up everything that is not yours to hold and to become the person you choose to become and not the person you thought you were. And that's about the identity shift I had been talking in another long video that I'm gonna link here. Hope what I have been sharing with you makes sense. If you have any question or feedback, please drop it in the comment section. I'm very excited for the next episode and to see you there. Have a good one. Au revoir.